In this episode, I'm on the hunt for pronghorn in Wyoming.
What in the world are they doing?
I drew a really good rifle pronghorn tag. I think I dropped like 12 points. So it should be an excellent hunt. Never been to this unit, don't know anything about it. I've actually been reading up on Mike Eastman's hunting trophy antelope book the last 3 nights at home, trying to at least memorize what it takes for a pronghorn to be a booner. It's crazy the difference, how hard pronghorn can be with a bow, and then yet how easy they can be with a rifle. They're so incredibly wary that it's hard to get within bow range, but kind of what helps them survive bow hunters, being that they live in big open expanses and they can see a long ways, that also makes them easier to kill with a rifle because you can find them. I've said this before, they don't bed during the day. They don't go into the timber. I mean, they might bed down in like a little depression or a coulee, a little draw or something, but as long as you're diligent on the glass, you can find pronghorn all day, every day. So really one of the main challenges for this hunt is sort of just to extend it a little bit so that I can enjoy it. When I finally get into my unit, it's later than expected. There won't be any time for hunting tonight. I make a simple camp so I can stay mobile and cover lots of ground.
Yeah, this thing's a little small for Yanni.
I think I'll be fine at that angle. Well, as I was having a little coffee and kind of prepping to go, did a little glassing just from camp, which is smart, and found the first group. It's maybe, I don't know, 20 strong. Sure looks like there's one just hammer of a pronghorn toad. When I was reading Mike Eastman's book again this morning, he had a line in there about like, if he's a really big one, you're gonna know it immediately because he's gonna look like he's got baseball bats on top of his head, and it just looks disproportionate to its body because what you're used to seeing is just so much smaller. Not something I'm gonna get too excited about, but I am definitely gonna drive closer because right now I'm looking at him, it's probably a mile and a half away, but I'll get closer, get another look, but let's get it. I hate to be referencing Mike Eastman's book, Hunting Trophy Antelope. He did not give me a free copy. He's not paying me, but it is like the best resource that I found, to prepare myself for this hunt. And again, I'm not Joe Trophy Antelope. I've killed maybe, I don't know, 10 pronghorn in my life. This is a great opportunity to kill my biggest one. I don't need to make the record books, but it would be cool to just shoot one that when you put it next to the other ones, you go, oh my gosh, look at that. That's way cool. It's just big and round. In Mike's book, he talks about how the way to basically score a pronghorn buck is that there's 4 mass measurements, 2 below the prongs, 2 above the prongs. You got the measurement of the prong itself that goes out, that thing that's also called a digger or a cutter. And then you've got the length of each one. I'm gonna enjoy myself field judging this joker right now. I got a glimpse of him from the last spot I stopped. It didn't look huge. One thing you can use as a measurement is that an average buck's ear is 6 inches long. So if you're looking for a trophy, which is 15 inches or bigger, you basically need 2.5 ears. So going up that horn, and the prong should be above the ear. He didn't look like he had that. But anyways, what I really want to tell you is that they're just going to be there. It's wide open. At some point they're going to get up and, you know, move around here, move around there, and I'll find them. So I'm just going to leave them for now, keep on going up the road, and just have a look-see, see if I can't maybe find another bunch. This road got me a little bit closer than I thought I was going to, but I need to sneak over to this little knob and look at them. All does, or if there is a buck, he's extremely small. But the group I came down here to look at has disappeared. You know, you always start thinking, oh, I spooked him. But this country just has so many little folds and creases that they easily could just be down somewhere where they're just hidden by a little horizon somewhere. Way back in there, hard to get to. Well, it was worthwhile to climb up on this little knob for the final hour of the day. Found 2 bunches. I think the one bunch is probably the same bunch that I had here this morning. And the one buck looks pretty good. I just haven't been close enough to him yet to really judge him. It looks like the prong is above the ear, but again, I'm a long ways away. But right now, it's getting cold. I'm gonna head back to camp, fix some dinner. Meatballs in a vac sealed pack. And of course, no meatball and pasta red sauce meal is complete without grated Parmesan in a container with a green lid. For all you hoity-toity folks out there that are saying, that ain't real Parmesan, you're right, it's not. But this stuff, it could just sit in my backpack or in that Can-Am for the next year, and we pull it out next year we're hunting here, and it'd be just as good. It'd be awesome. I grew up on this stuff. I love to cover my red sauce and some green container Parmesan. Damn, Yanni's gonna eat a pound of pasta and 8 meatballs? Hey, I want him to try to jump out. This is like a little blizzard on top of these meatballs.
We're gonna go find old Montgomery.
A lot of sage to be looking at, not seeing a single pronghorn.
I'm looking over miles of sagebrush and driving through miles of sagebrush, and you'd think you would just like drive through a herd every now and then. Not the case, man. This place is, it's hard if you've never been on an antelope hunt. It might be hard to understand. You're like, but you're seeing 100 a day, sure, but covering this much ground, even just from the truck, just eyeballing, no glassing. If you just drive all day, you should see 1,000. Because there's just little bunches, 10s, 20s, 50s, but it's not the case here.
I probably can't get out to get the spotter on them because that would spook them, but right now they're just kind of chilling looking at me. I'm getting a decent look. That lead one's not bad. Bunch of bucks in there. They're just gonna all walk right towards me. What in the world are they doing? They must like the color of this Can-Am. Why are they running towards us? Bird in the hand. Well, it's not dead yet, but like, I'll have to remember that next time I'm bow hunting, just to use the Can-Am as a blind. Couple of pretty nice bucks in that group, but it's early, day 2. I think I just want to hunt just a little bit more. That was like a quarter, no, maybe a third of their speed, doing about 20. They can go 3 times as fast as that. It feels like all Yanni's been doing is driving around in his truck and his Can-Am. You're right, I have been. It's to the point where I'd like to just walk around for the sake of walking around. But I just talked to a couple fellas that have been hunting deer in here for 2 weeks. And they're like, man, great unit for pronghorn, but not this year. We are not seeing them anywhere. It is slim. But they did point me in a general direction where they have been seeing them. And I've gone there now and I've seen 3 bucks, 2 does. It's just kind of the name of the game is to cover country right now and try to find some critters.
That looks decent. Maybe the biggest bunch I've seen. A little bit better than average where they are. I feel like I've got enough groups with these like decent bucks in them between here and camp. And if I go down there, can't find those two massive ones, on my way back, hopefully I can find one of these groups again and get on one of these bucks. There's some that are right at the fence line straight out. Plenty of bucks. No real hammer Montgomerys yet. Cool to see a big herd though. At some point, those pronghorn are definitely hitting this water. I don't know if it's gonna be at first light or at 4 p.m. tomorrow.
After speed hunting and assessing the bucks in nearly the entire unit, I decide that the two biggest both exist in the herd behind camp. And I believe they are associated with the water hole. I make the decision to check the water hole one more time in the morning. And if they're not there, I'll move on to the other bucks that I've found scattered across the unit.
Well, that didn't work out. I needed them to be right here. And the closest ones I see are, I don't know, close to a mile farther into the private. So it's back to the Can-Am and back to the loop and go look for some of the ones I found yesterday.
All right, I gave it one more go there, up behind camp, trying to find the two fatties. I reviewed the footage I got a real close look at them that morning, you know, when I was sitting in this vehicle and they ran right at me. Being able to review that footage, they're definitely the two biggest bucks I've seen. But the reality is Sunday, I gotta get home, gotta be home tonight. Gotta take the kids to school tomorrow. So I'm still on the lookout for them for sure, but this hunt has officially turned into a, I don't want to say it's a meat hunt, but basically the first average buck that I come across, I'm gonna try to put the sneak on and put a bullet in him.
All right, found a group, got a couple bucks. Now I just gonna need to devise a plan to get close. You can see on the left, it says 1,700 yards. This indicates that I'm pointing my phone. I'm pointing my phone right at them. So basically this dotted line, go right out to where 1,700 yards crosses it. And I'm guessing that they're bedded on, they're kind of on a big flat part of a ridge. I think this is it right here. so good. So I'm right at 400. The breeze, the wind, I would say is light and variable. So I'm not at all worried about compensating. The whole group is bedded right now. I'm guessing they've been bedded for at least an hour, maybe 90 minutes. I think I missed him. Oh, fuck, I'm like way high. I don't know what happened, but my dope was right. So I'm guessing I just was off. My daughter killed a mule deer buck with that same gun at 350 yards, and it was on. So I don't know, maybe riding around in the Can-Am, it just got bumped. But the second shot I could see, I hit way high. It's a bummer. I'm not too worried about it. There's plenty of pronghorn around here to hunt, but what I am going to do right now is plink some rocks and make sure that I'm spot on. Way high. I shook that off. It's not the end of the world. Stuff like that happens. I should have been smarter, and in the last few days stopped at some point and shot a couple rocks just to make sure the gun was on. But anyways, I re-zeroed, shot a rock at 425 yards, smoked it, put that into my rangefinder, so calculations should be good, and going hunting. I found another bunch. I think there's like a dozen or so. The best knob for me to get on would be, it's harder to explain, but they're basically in a bowl, in a drainage, but I can't get around the mouth of the drainage to get opposite them. So I'm gonna get on the same ridge that they're on, and I'm hoping there's gonna be enough like just differences in topography, little bumps, rolls, that hopefully I'll be able to see them even though we're on the same hill. So yeah, give it a shot. I saw him going up that crease. Make sure we're across. This is some real self-imposed stress. I'm guessing that from this ridge, I'm going to be too far. But I just need to get visual on them, and then I can figure out how to continue the stalk. 300. Going down. Nothing like a little self-induced pressure, you know. No real reason to be stressed out. The season's still got a few more days. There's plenty of pronghorn around, but I gotta get home. That's not good.
Well, that first shot didn't quite land where it needed to kill him, and when I got close, he actually got up. Not pretty shooting today, but happens. He doesn't. Oh! Did you get that? Yeah. So I was just reading in Eastman's book. That is wild. I was reading in Eastman's book and how some of these late hunts, their horns will actually start to get loose because they're getting ready to shed them, and they're getting ready to start growing their new one. And there it is. Is that wild or what? Like, I've never seen one just packing around like a mature buck that's just packing this around. But I think this is actually all new growth. And inside there is there's like a bone core. He's a fine trophy for me, and even though I didn't get the biggest buck I saw on this trip, I'm happy I got to hunt right until the last minute. You know how I like to do it. Well, it's about 3/4 of an antelope with my shitty shooting. Lost some meat, but I'll still be happy to eat 3/4 of one. Real happy. Country is dry and kind of extreme. You got to be a tough bugger to make it out here. I don't care if you're a pronghorn, a beef cow, a human. Gotta be tough as nails to survive out here. I like it as a place to visit, but after about 4 or 5 days, however many it's been, I feel parched, worn out. I feel like there's a layer of dust in my eyes, can't quite wash out. But I will leave you with this. I still love pronghorn hunting. That's a lot of fun. And a lot of it is because you just get to be in critters all day, most days. Again, if it's not vehicular access, you might end up doing a lot more hiking and see less critters, but in most places where pronghorn live, you're able to drive, you're able to see a lot of animals. And even though today was the last day and I was getting a little stressed out, wanted to make sure I brought home some meat, blew, not the stock, but blew my first shot because my gun wasn't zeroed this morning, I still was pretty confident I'd find another group with another buck and make it happen. So here we are. If you're thinking about it, do yourself a favor. Apply for a pronghorn hunt, make it happen. Put it on your to-do list. Go thank me.